So if we look, basically all these wires literally lead to nothing. A mess, a mess. They're all strung up all over here. From earlier videos you could probably see. And some of them went all the way back this way. But the ones that do work is these white and grays, and these are browns. Same thing on this side, they go to up here, and they go right here, and then those work, and the ones back there work. But in here, if I'm correct, this area deals with the AC unit down below that I've talked about in previous videos. If this is your ground bar, most of these honestly don't even work. The marker lights and the interior lights I have to keep because those are live, but all these are active, but they literally they don't lead to anything. So what I might do is keep these powers on, but then attach them to something else. So I'm not 100% sure on what to do, how to do it. I'm just gonna wing it, to be honest. It is so hot outside today. It is. It's like 90 degrees and I got my these babies propped open. But no, it's like, last week it was like, oh, 70 degrees, beautiful, so nice. But now it's like 89 and I'm in a sweltering bus with all this insulation around. Cause you know, that's the way it be. That's the way it be. But we're getting there step by step. So I'll catch you, keep you updated on that, and I'll let you know along the way what I do. So what I have done so far is I'm literally I'm going wire by wire. Looking on this 1998 sheet right here. And if I really have no use for it, I'm gonna try to save the wire, cut it, and get rid of it. That's what I've been doing right now. I've only done purple so far, so we'll see. But so update, the last time I talked to y'all, I was cutting out the purple wires, and I was just gonna start cruising, update you as I went. I did a lot more than I expected. As you can see, the array of different color wires, and as you can see, it's a lot cleaner up here, and there's no big box. It is right there. Let me show you. So I am taking a break from what I was doing because I need my brother to come home from school to help me because I really don't have enough hands to do it. So I'm gonna try to make this area a little bit more cleaner. So this is our solar cabinet, right? What I'm gonna actually do is take these, because I don't need most of this stuff, no. I really don't need most of this stuff. The only one I need is the marker lights, and that's it. I just need the dark brown and the light brown. I need the grounding bar, and I need this power thing right here. This whole thing, I really don't need. So I'm just gonna take all of this and put it on this wall right here. Just so I get this board out of the way and make everything look maybe a little bit nicer. And it gives me a lot more room to work with for whatever we do up here. I'll let you know when I'm done with that. So it has came to the time that we all love and hate, right, Angelina? Show you a quick little peek here. We have 4 100-watt panels, a 12-volt 200 amp hour gel battery, you know the specifics, I don't even know what to tell you, 3,000 watt inverter, the charge controller, wiring, this stuff, this stuff. We got some fancy little stickers though. We did go with a Renogy over the, I know there's like New Power, there is, people sometimes do residential stuff, but we went with Renogy. And yeah, there was a bunch of discounts on, a bunch of deals on it. So it, as of right when we were looking at it, it was the cheapest. And a lot of people did recommend this battery right here. So get it up, I'll let you know what happens, and yeah. Hi, Bork. Here's the game plan. Because I have no idea at all what I am doing, I am going to basically map everything out first, try to figure it out, and then put it, take a couple pictures, and then do the exact same thing on the bus. So our 4 solar panels laid out, positive and negatives, just the battery, the inverter, and this mess. So I'm gonna hook it up, see what happens. Hopefully I can get something. So for all of them, I went ahead and did this. So with the solar, I'm going to be putting them into series parallel. All the videos that I've looked up and tried to learn from it, it's been like 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm not going to put my panels that way. I'm going to kind of stack them like 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So as you can see, it's going to look like this. Instead of them being that way on the bus, they're going to be this way on the bus. So put all the heads together where it says these are 4 100-watt panels. And to put them into series parallel, what we are going to be doing is I'm just going to basically label them. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4. So for number 1, our positive for number 1 is going to hook up with our positive from number 3. These two are going to connect. Then our negative from 1 is simply going to plug into our positive from 2. Moving over to our second panel, we already know the positive from 2 goes into the negative from 1. So now the negative from 1 is going to go into the negative from 4. I'll show you in a minute how I connect those together. Moving over to panel 3, we already know the positive goes with the positive from 1 and 3 go together. But the negative from 3 goes into the positive from 4. In panel 4, positive of 4 goes into the negative of 3. And the negative of 4 goes into the negative of 2. So to use these two pieces, as you can tell, they're the opposite of each other. This has 2 male and 1 female piece, and this says 2 female, 1 male piece. We would simply just connect these two together, which is number 1 and number 3 connect together. And then you would take 2 and 4 and connect those together. And then after all that, you would just have this from each side left to run into the bus, and we'll get to that. So on the bottom here, we do have everything bolted in. As you can see, it is nice and secure. I now drilled my pilot holes at the very top. I'm gonna use these guys that I came with on a 5/16 bit. And just get prepping the silicone. I'm just gonna put them right in here and just drill them in. That one, and we'll have one right next to it and one right next to that. So unfortunately, I have to go to work, but this is what it looks like. They're all nice and even. Those wires are bundled up, these wires are bundled up. I'll probably end up putting a little housing right here so it drops right down into the bus, but yeah. It's looking good. And now after we got them all connected, I'm gonna fix the wire situation and clamp those down a little bit later. But I do have my positives hooked together, and I labeled it with a green little tape just so I know they're positive. I'm gonna leave this blank so I know it's negative. I got this housing, wire housing. Renogy didn't really send me one, so I had to buy my own, which I'm pretty sure you always have to buy your own, but basically it just waterproofs the holes you're gonna drill into the bus that you're gonna run your wire through. So I'm taking this guy. I need a little bit of a bigger hole and a deeper hole, so I'll let you know when it's all good. So as we can see, it fits. Let's go check the other side. Slowly get down here. Check the other side and make sure it is through. Perfect. Look at that. So we'll go ahead and throw the clamp on the housing and it'll look pretty. So what I did is I went ahead and tucked away the wires, and I took the 3M sticker off of this, and now it is down. I just have to screw these guys on to clamp them down so they're waterproof. Drill in the holes, and I'm gonna go ahead and caulk around the edges here. So me and Angelina just mounted the inverter, our charge controller, and we have our battery in here. As you can see, our wires coming out the top. All of this is gonna be storage for something else, whatever we decide, but for now, our battery, we have the battery up on these little 1x3s just to get good ventilation from underneath it and all sides. And I cut a little 3-second vent there. It looks decent. It looks pretty good from the outside, but don't look at it from the inside. Our inverter, nice and sturdy. I was very skeptical about the slots used. It is an open slot, but I figured if I use the flat head at the top, it'll go in nice. And then our charge controller. Now the Bluetooth for the charge controller will go right here, and the Bluetooth for the inverter will go right above it. But yeah, fairly simple, fairly easy. The wires from this will go right into the charge controller. Then the wires from the charge controller will go down into the battery. Then the wires from the battery will go right into the inverter. And then it'll be on. So yeah. Before I set it up, I am waiting for one more part. Unfortunately, it only came with one fuse, and I want to be extra safe. You don't need the fuse, but I would just in case something happens. So it did come with a 40 amp fuse. What this means is that the 40 amp fuse, as you can see, it says 40 amps right here. The 40 amp fuse will go from the charge controller to the battery. The 200 amp fuse will go from the battery to this bad boy. So yeah, and then hopefully when it's all said and done, she'll be running. What is going on, y'all? So solar, let me show you the final product and we break down. I have a final video in there, but I don't have the actual final video of me describing what it's been through. So at the top here we have an on and off switch, helps out a lot. Our inverter, of course, our 200 amp hour battery, and our 40 amp charge controller. We have a temp sensor plugged in here, going straight to the back of the battery. So if the battery gets too cold or too hot, the charge controller will shut off, which protects the battery. We have a 200 amp breaker right here. So we had to buy this separately. It didn't come with it. I definitely recommend it. It really is a lifesaver just in case anything happens, so it doesn't damage the battery or your inverter. But yeah, pretty much is the setup. This right here is a grounding bar. I just have it grounded to the bottom of the bus. And this, what is this? This is my breaker box. As you can see here, I can pop this bad boy open. I just have two 20 amp breakers in there. And this is going from two places. On the right here, it goes to two outlets. One in the front of the bus and one on the left side of the bus. And this one right here goes into the garage in the very back of the bus, and then one above the bed. So we have 4 outlets total in the bus. And yeah, it actually has been working out amazing. This can run our refrigerator 24/7 with no issues at all. We can run some fans, we can run a toaster oven, we can run pretty much everything we need, charge our phones. We do have a backup generator just in case, and extra portable chargers for our phones just in case anything does happen. But this has so far gave us everything we need. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope this helps somebody out there. The pictures I have in the beginning of the video helped me a lot. I have that actual video description in the link. He's very knowledgeable and knows a lot more than I could ever know, so he helped me a lot with that stuff. But yeah, hope everybody enjoyed, and I'll see you later.